Welcome back to Project 94 for another Diecast review here on the channel. Today we got Kevin Harvick's 2022 Mobil 1 Route 66 paint scheme for Stewart Racing. This is quite an interesting car. I gotta say, it's another one of those portrait style cars, those really artistic paint schemes we've gotten used to with Kevin Harvick over the years. And because this is a Mobil 1, it makes it that much more interesting because Mobil 1 is just as good as Busch Beer in terms of their paint schemes. They really are. This Kevin Harvick car right here ran at Daytona. I'd like to say the Coke 400. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is one of those standout cars, and especially in the 124s. Really, really cool. Got the sky blue. You got the scenery of Route 66. Such a cool diecast, man. Got the little plastic figurine on the hood right there with the little logo and all that. We'll take a look at this car. You guys will get to see it. Kevin Harvick, of course, another car of his. The final year of diecast reviews, both the 2022 cars and the 2023 cars. Kevin Harvick's, we're coming to the end of his career, and we're starting to get some of his diecasts. Not all of them, just the ones I really, really like. This one's one of those cars that caught my eye in the Gold Series section of the Lionel Racing retail store. This is one of those cars that caught my eye. I was like, I think I want to get this one. Here it is. And we're really going to get close-ups of this one because this is one of those highly detailed cars. My camera would focus on it. There we go. Ooh, yeah, I'm glad I got this car. I'm glad I got this car. Now that I got it in my hand, it's always like, anytime I don't get a diecast, I'm like, I guess I didn't really need it. But when you get them, like this one, I was probably not going to get it because I'm not really a Harvick fan. But when I got it, I was like, I'm glad I got it. So here's number 4 right there, Stewart Racing. Got the Ford Mustang front end of the Ford Mustang right there. Got the Ford logo. Probably not the best place to have the Ford logo considering what we have on the hood right here. You got a figurine holding, it's like a plastic figurine. I highly doubt that's a Kevin Harvick. I think that's just a random person holding a sign that says, "Keep Route 66 Kickin'." You got Mobil 1 right there with the hood vents wrapped over the hood like they should be. You got Mobil 1, Harvick. Got number 4, really, really tiny, tiny logos underneath these headlights because that's not a lot of real estate to place your decals. Got Sunoco right there. Goodyear NASCAR Cup Series number 4, Kevin Harvick. You got Ford, Mobil 1, Haas, Hunt Brothers, and Rush Truck Centers. 2 race winner stickers. The Richmond Raceway winner is at the Lionel Racing retail store if you're looking for that one. You got Mobil 1 right there. You can't have any Busch on this car, obviously, because it's a kid's. These cars are just kids' toys, just being honest. Gear Wrench, Mobil 1. Keep Route 66 Kickin'. You got Hunt Brothers, Pristine Auction, and Subway, which is being replaced by Sunny D in 2023. Got Mobil 1 right there. You got Mobil 1 again. The 2022 license plate for the Mustang. You got number 4. The exhaust pipes and all that. Just OEM stuff as usual. Keep Route 66 Kickin' with the plastic little figure right there, or whatever that's intended to be. Harvick and the number 4. And that's all for the paint scheme. So now, or the sponsors. So now for the paint scheme, he painted a sky blue. Really, it's almost like a uniform blue in person. Like, you know, like those like work uniforms. Kind of like that blue, but it is intended to be the sky in California, and the Route 66 and all that. So that's the whole paint for this car. Now for the paint scheme itself, its majority of the design is on the sides, just like the sides. Nothing crazy on the roof other than the little guy you have on the hood right there. So let's get a closer look. So starting in the front, you just got the clouds and like the landscape starting up with like the mountains and all that. Pretty much. Not really mountains, just kind of like rocks and stuff. I'm not really a big like landscaping type of guy, so you're probably not going to get the best description of this, but it looks like a painting, a portrait you can hang on your wall. I mean, look at that. Just a very clean, just awesome looking. These Harvick paint schemes have all really looked good. For the number you have, before we get to the rest of that detail, got to point out the silver shadow, the black outline, the red outline, and the white number fill-in. Kind of looks like what you would see on a Hunt Brothers or normal Mobil 1 type of scheme for Stewart Racing. But back to the landscape and all that. You got the roads. This reminds me of the scene in Cars 3 where Lightning McQueen is about to just screaming down the road heading back to the racetrack, and he ran out of fuel, and Sally and the the police car, the sheriff car over there, and they were mocking him pretty much. Lightning McQueen, that is. He was on the road and just zoom. This looks cool. I actually really like it. The clouds and just like this, it's just such a cool car. The roads there, and no sponsors covering that up. That is pure artwork on the side of this car. And of course, it continues onto the rear quarter panel and a little bit on the back, but it's going to pretty much be disrupted by the OEM details on the back right there. And no clouds because it's probably covered up by the big, bulky black tail light bar on the Ford Mustangs. Pretty much the same design over here. I don't see it pretty much. Would have been cute if they put like a little car on the road or something instead of just leaving it with just a road there with the yellow lines and all that. So they pretty much a warm color scheme, which would be like red, orange, just colors like that on there, like a yellow. And it came out to look really, really cool on the side of this car. I really like that a lot. I know, thankfully, there's no Bush logos covering up any of the beautiful, beautiful sights. This is a beautiful, beautiful paint scheme, man. I really like it. I think what would have been even cooler, maybe it wouldn't have gone with this car, is probably make it a metallic finish. That would add a lot. I can only imagine how awesome a color chrome of this car would be. Just imagine this car, they probably already done it. They probably already made one. I haven't seen it, but a color chrome of this paint scheme would be really, really cool because the color would look really cool. Of course, black splitter, black roof rails, black spoiler, or splitter with a couple of paint chips on there. That's freaking wonderful, man. Wow. Got the metallic rims. Honestly, the rim color, if they painted these rims like the sky blue or maybe even the orange of the road, or the scenery, I should say, that would have been really cool. Kind of would have added something to this car. But yeah, I really like this one. This is a cool Harvick car. So, give you guys a 360 view of this one, finally. So here's the front of the car. I'm trying to get the quality of the camera to be better, but every time I try to get this car, there you go. Here's the front of the car. Here's the hood. Here's the right side of it. Here's the back. Here's the roof. Or the deck lid. It's the roof. The left side. And the underbody. And that is Kevin Harvick. That is Mobil 1. Route 66 paint scheme. For Stewart race. Really, really a fan of this car. Not a Kevin Harvick fan by any means, but man, the paint scheme, just looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, it's just a fantastic car. Just the clouds across the side, just the Route 66 scenery. Not a bad paint scheme. So, I wish Valvoline, because if you guys already know, Valvoline is my favorite all-time sponsor in NASCAR. If they were to actually make artistic paint schemes like this, that would be really... Can you imagine like a Valvoline like special scheme? Watch, I'm probably saying that, and either Larson or Byron is going to come up with something for that. So, there it is. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys for another diecast review on the channel and another video. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.